Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's Once Upon a Time, Season 1, Episode 20. And I noticed that this does not have anything before the title card, which means there was a lot more to fit in to this episode, and I'm wondering if that's going to be the case for all of the final 3 episodes of the season. Wonder if this is just going to be one big snowball to the end now, or if it's just this episode in particular that needs to be that smidgen longer, I don't know. Either way, I'm excited, especially because if what I think is true, Emma is going to launch her custody battle for Henry, and that makes me so excited, especially because of how Archie said he was going to vouch for Emma, and that actually scared Regina enough to let him continue to treat Henry. You know, so she obviously fears it's a real possibility that Henry could get taken away if Emma was serious enough about it. So I don't know how this could go. Sydney is being sent down, taking the blame for everything Regina did, and being locked up, I guess, but so that means she's without one of her key pawns. Rumpel is his own element who, you know, that's not going to be a factor, especially now this deal's gone south. I'm sure Regina won't be making any more deals with him whatsoever. So what has Regina got left is what I'm trying to say. What can she do from this point if she loses Henry as well? I'm looking forward to seeing how this might push her off the deep end, because Emma's already made Regina lash out and punch her when Graham was still around, you know, when she was like, oh my god, you're pulling everything away from me. It was like, no, maybe you should just look within yourself, that you're the one who's doing that. And she got punched for it. That was great. Obviously not great that she got punched, but great that something so clearly got under her skin, you know. So it makes me wonder what is going to come of this for Regina. I really love how both her and Rumpel have been given so much fleshing out lately. Their characters feel so much fuller. I mean, we had some things filled in before, but I don't know, I just really like this whole thing of how it ties into their motivations with what's going on right now, with how we come to learn why Snow and Regina have this feud, all from Regina's side, because she's bitter over what happened to do with telling the truth about that relationship. So that's why she delights in seeing Mary Margaret go down, because she knows who she really is. We also got to learn why Rumpel's curse worked the way that it did. I was it the Queen that cast it, but Rumpel's the one that gave it to her? He created it. I think that's how it worked, because he's the one that wanted to come to this world, because obviously it's where his son went, but who knows where his son actually is, and what season he'll even appear, if he ever does. I'm sure the fact that they've done that whole thing, he'll get his reunion at some point, but I don't know if it'll be just as sad and emotional, or if it'll be different in tone. I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is I'm mad at August for not being who he said he was, but that's neither here nor there, because that was an intentional misdirect by the show, and they did it brilliantly. So, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm expecting now, because anytime I think I'm sure of something, this show just tips me on my side like I'm a confused cow, and I'm starting to get wise to it. I'm starting to get wise to not making any concrete predictions here, so yeah, I just hope, my only hope is that the custody battle is starting. That's all I'm going to say. So let's have a look at this episode. Pinocchio, my guy, I think you've pushed Emma a little too far here. she's kind of making a very risky, rash decision here. Instead of going through the official channels and trying to go for a proper custody battle, she has decided to just sweep Henry away and book it out of Storybrooke. That will go down as a kidnapping. I'm just going to say that right now. And Regina is being given away back in. Yeah, I do not see this ending well. Not at all. I think everything is going to go to crap as a result of this next episode, and then the finale will be when everything turns around. But, oh my gosh. Okay, I do appreciate how, as sort of to make it up to us after messing us around in the previous episode, that in this episode we get flat out the whole story of who August really is. He's Pinocchio. Bada bing, bada boom. It ties in so well with the whole, magical wardrobe thing. I did forget the detail that the fairy asked at the table for Geppetto and Pinocchio to do it, but give me a break, it's been months since I've seen episode 1. But after getting this reminder, everything clicks into place and makes so much sense. This series is so competently written, it boggles me how everything falls into place. And you guys say that season 1 is among the weaker of the seasons, it's gonna get even better. That blows my mind, like, for real. The acting from Emma, oh my goodness, I felt every punch of her voice cracking, how she was crying while shouting, oh gosh, that whole scene was just so well done. Oh my goodness. And what a twist for the wood thing to be entirely perception based. I don't know if there's some merit to what he was saying. It's because she doesn't believe, or can no one see it? Does he just assume that only Emma can't see it, or is it because she doesn't want to believe? That might be very interesting, because belief is important when it comes to magic. A bit like how in Camp when there was a magic trick, or there was a magic spell that Harrison, the magician kid, wanted to use. He says, but it is powered by belief, Neil. It's like a spirit bomb. You have to believe in the magic for it to work. So, because Emma is so dead set against believing in any magic stuff, would that really block her from seeing something magical right in front of her that exists in Storybrooke? That's interesting to me, because I thought it might just be the curse still putting a bit of a disguise on it, like a bit of a filter in the world that they're in. Yeah, Pinocchio is still suffering because he's kept his original body, and without the magic, he's turning back into wood. But I wonder if the curse around him still filters the perception between the two characters, so it still adds a human filter so Emma can't see and look in at the wood. I don't know how that all works, so but it would be interesting if it was entirely based on her belief, and if she starts to believe, she will see the wood. Oh, but yeah, Pinocchio getting his reunion with his father, although his father doesn't know him, that was really sweet, because through indirect means he managed to get confirmation that what he did was enough. His father is all good with him, and that's all he needed, and now he can be next to him as his assistant and find some form of happiness in that way. So I hope this doesn't mean he's going to drop off and stop trying to be part of Operation Cobra. I hope he remains a good ally, but I think until Emma believes, that relationship's going to be pretty frosty now, which is why he's gravitated more towards spending time with his dad. I think they've put things on a rather bum note between them, and that's it for their interactions for the rest of the season, I think, unless Emma believes, and then she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, you tried so hard to convince me and I still shut it in your face, you know, that kind of thing. And lastly, if Regina didn't have this leg up of an opportunity being presented by Emma deciding to kidnap Henry for all intents and purposes, I would say that she had one of her crappiest days yet. Like, and even Henry is like standing up and like say, no, I know exactly what's going on and you're not fooling anyone. And like, you know, Mary Margaret standing up, like, you specifically said to her that you knew she didn't do it and we're only doing it for malicious reasons. So I'm glad that Mary isn't taking any of your shit and she's just like straight up saying, I'm not even mad at you. Like, you're just like so bitter and lonely. Like she like talking to her like she's to be pitied. That's even better. And yes, like, and then she couldn't even seduce David to try and inflict something on Mary Margaret. It's not going right for her at all. She's losing it. She's smashing mirrors. It just makes me wonder, does she have a leg up now? Or is this going to work out somehow? Somehow I doubt it. Like, this is a big decision to make so close to the finale, and I don't think it's going to pan out well. But there's only one way to find out. I shall see you guys next time.